All right, King of Games here. The video we're gonna talk about today is Madden 22 first impressions. My Madden 22 first impressions. I downloaded the trial from EA Play, so yeah. The first game I played was the Buccaneers and the Cowboys, and I gotta admit, I'm impressed by the game. Beginning the game next week, so I'm gonna kind of start off. Well, first thing that I think they have to change eventually is the commentary. It has to change next year. It just has to. No disrespect to Brandon Gouton, no disrespect to Charles Davis. I just think they need it. It's been the same for a couple years, and I think it's just time for them to change the commentary. It's just a fact. Sorry, it's just a fact. The next thing, well, in the issue with the commentary is like that, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, Al Michaels and Chris Cox, like change, like that's what they use. Like once Al Michaels and John Madden stopped doing it, they started changing it every couple of years. Like I remember Madden '09 was like Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth, and they were really good. And then I think they switched it over to, I think it was Phil Simms and Jim Nance, I think, for a while. And then they changed it to here, Brandon Gouton and Charles Davis. And I mean, yeah, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of threw me off a little bit. I would like to see what would happen if they did like, maybe like Dan Fouts or something, just something different. Like do Tony Romo and Jim Nance. Do that. Or do Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth again. You know, just something different. I think people are really tired of the commentary. When you listen to some of the biggest complaints about the game, it's about the commentary. Some people say they mute the game when they're playing because of the commentary. The game I played on the Series X. It runs smooth. Supposedly it runs at 120 frames. If you have the right TV and setup for it, it runs at a very high frame rate. So you can check that out if you got a Series X. But the gameplay, because the next gen versions, the PS5 and Series X versions, use something called they use this thing called next gen stats. Allegedly, they can track how players move and their movements based on I think put something in their uniforms to track how they move and stuff like that. So when you're playing the next gen version, you're getting their movements, and the gameplay does play like that. Like when you're playing on the sideline, a guy who's good at catching on the sideline and keeping his feet in bounds, he will, keep his feet in bounds and stuff like that. With like the receiver, sometimes they will kind of outrun the corners depending on who you have. If you play a like a bump and run coverage or a zone, if you got the correct wide receiver on there, you'll just burn them. What else? I'm trying to think of some things I didn't like. One of the other things that kind of stood out to me was apparently people have said that you can fumble a whole lot. I haven't encountered that, but I assume they say that next week they're gonna put out a full patch to prevent that from happening too much. So we're looking at that. Another thing I did like was that when I'm throwing the football, it like they had this thing, I guess, from last year. It was like a wall where the quarterback, you couldn't really get to the quarterback. I feel like this year you can kind of get to the quarterback. If you try to run outside the pocket and you try to throw the ball, the defenders can jump up, put their hand up in the air, slap the ball down. So just more realism, just more. If you're gonna try to be more lifelike, then you need to go all the way. Another big thing they have now, if you go on the road and you play somebody, and it's a throwback to the old college football games, that you can your wide receiver, if you're on the road, you won't know where to throw the ball. You won't know where to go, and I guess that works. But if you never played the college football games, then I can see why that's like a shocking thing. Like, oh my God, the squiggly lines and all that type of stuff. But as someone who played those games back in the day, it's cool, but it's not a new thing. It's not like it's a revolutionary, oh my God, it changes Madden, because you've done it, you've done it before. So, and then there's this thing like, if you go to Denver and you're a road team, you can have a harder time with your team stamina, which is impressive. You know, they'll breathe hard and whatnot. So I can see them trying to add to it and add some more realism to the game. I didn't do franchise. I didn't do that yet. One thing I will give them credit about is when you throw the ball in the air and the receiver's going after the ball, the safeties will fight for the ball. They will try to intercept the ball. The wide receiver will try to catch the ball. Because I think sometimes you play these games, the old Maddens, like years past, and if you throw the ball up in the air, sometimes the receiver doesn't jump up after the ball to fight for the ball. The cornerback or safety jumps up and gets it, and then it's a pick. And it's like, well, why didn't you fight for the ball? Why didn't, we'll see. Overall, I'm going to get the game. I'm looking forward to playing it. They just going to have to continue to improve upon it. You can already see where next gen is starting to divide from last gen. Like, it's already happening. So I would advise, like, after this year, they might make another Madden on last gen. I don't think they should, but I think eventually it's going to get to a point where I want them to pour everything they have into the next gen consoles. Like, every ounce of their resources into these next gen consoles. And sometimes it feels like they don't. Sometimes they have to, because you have to have parity amongst, you have to have, like, this works here, we have to make it work here. It's like Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be on PS5, or Horizon Forbidden West is going to be on PS5 and PS4. The issue with that is that whatever you work here, you have to make work here. And that's good if you own a PS4, but if you have a PS5, then are you really getting a true next generation game, right? So that's one of my only concerns, is that I feel like we still haven't gotten a next gen Madden, like built from the ground up for next gen, not held back. This is just next gen all the way. Like, the Dead Space remake is just next gen. Just the Suicide Squad game by Rocksteady, next gen, just all the way next gen. That's what I want to see from Madden. That's what I want to see from Call of Duty. I feel like Call of Duty, they wait until they have no other choice but to make a game for next gen only. Remember Black Ops? I think it was Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was on PS4, PS3, 360, Xbox One. But the PS3 and 360 versions of those games, they didn't work. I mean, not say they didn't work, but they didn't come with a campaign, and they just had multiplayer, and the game looked horrible because it just got to a point where they just couldn't pick that on there. They had to move on. So I'm looking forward to seeing now, like, next gen games, like games that are only possible on the next generation of consoles. So we'll see. That's all I got. I'm trying to see. Probably I should be doing a review. I do want to do another video about abandoning the whole Silent Hills thing. I think Abandon is Silent Hills. I want to do a video on that. And I need to do some streaming, some GTA Online or something. So anybody who watches this that is subscribed or interested in subscribing, let me know if y'all want to see some GTA Online. Then we got the PS5 version that'll be coming in November, so I'm excited about that. Hopefully Call of Duty gets revealed soon. So maybe trying to stream the beta or something like that. But all right, thank you guys. Take care. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm more focused than ever to get this channel to the next level. I only got like 8 subscribers, but I got to get this channel to the next level. So like, comment, subscribe. Comments good or bad, doesn't matter. Tell me what you think. Appreciate the support. Thank you.